Hey, what's up guys? This is Ken with another tutorial for you. Today we're going to be talking about how you can significantly maximize the speed of your computer. This is useful even if you have a $300 computer, if it's a $1,500 one, or even $5,000 and up. They're out there. So despite the price point of your computer, whatever you bought it at, you want it to be working at maximum. So let's dive into it. The first thing we want to do is to uninstall any program that you're not using or that's not necessary on your computer. Some of these will have been pre-installed. We go to start, open your control panel. So just type our control panel. And on here there's another search box up at the top. You can just type uninstall a program, and what we want to do from here is on these lists, top to bottom, just look at any software that you installed on your computer and don't even use anymore. So go ahead and remove those, and any software that's a bloatware, really. If your computer is an Asus, most of the time it'll have a prefix of Asus, and it'll say Asus Assistant or Asus Web Services, something like that. And a bunch of these will be running in the background every single time your computer is on. So you want to go ahead and uninstall those. So for me, let's see here. Monosnap, I'm not using that. Now some will take a couple of minutes to uninstall, some will be faster, depending on the size of the program on your computer. And the only drawback to that is you can only uninstall one program at a time. Before you get started with this, just make sure you have a spare 30 minutes to go through this speed maximization process. So basically just go through the whole list, see what you don't need, and just make sure to not uninstall any Microsoft Corporation installs. Here will be necessary for your computer to run, so you don't want to kill those. There's more we can still do to make sure that your computer is running at maximum. So we want to reduce the number of programs that start up when your computer is booting up. Go to your task manager. At the very top there, you see processes, performance. You want to go to starter. Here you'll see a list of everything that's set up to run on the startup, and on the starters here you see if it's disabled or enabled. Now in my case here, I don't need OneDrive to be running on startup. I've disabled that. iTunes helper, I don't use iTunes, so go ahead and disable that. And once you do, if it was enabled, it will just change to disable. So just go through that whole list and make sure it's all clean. Alright, next up, we want to disable any background processes that run whenever your computer is on, but you don't really need for them to be running. So go to run, just type out run on your start, and this little line to type here, ms config. That command will pull up system configuration. Go to the services tab. Once you're here, you can filter by the manufacturer. It's gonna group them up. Just click on that. Then you can get to read Adobe systems. Most of the time I know I'm using these. Adobe Update Service, Adobe Genuine Software. Okay, so I'm using those. Kaspersky's Antivirus, I'm using those. A bunch of Apple processes that are running here. I'm gonna go ahead and disable those, and you see here on the status it's going to tell you if it's running or it's stopped. Alright, go down the list. Any process that's not useful, you want to go ahead and disable those. So once you're done, go ahead and click apply and OK. You may restart your computer right now, you may not, but since we have a couple more things we want to do, we're not gonna restart right now. So next up, make sure you're running a good antivirus software. It'll help remove and block any malware that may be slowing down your computer. So Kaspersky's is a good one that I've been using for maybe the last 7 to 8 years, and I've never had any hitches with it. It's relatively cheap. Kaspersky's antivirus right now probably is going for $50 something, and most of the time it's like a 3-user installation, so you can install it on multiple devices. So run a good antivirus software. Next thing we want to do is change the power setting on the computer. So go ahead and hit start, and on your start type out power, the top, power and sleep settings. Then you'll see additional power settings right at the related menu there, and you can change this to high performance, which favors performance but uses more energy. Now if you're concerned about how much electricity your computer uses, you can go ahead and just go with balanced, but if you're not, go ahead and use high performance. Another thing you could do to speed up your computer is add more RAM to it. I had 4 GB installed when I first bought this computer. I had another old computer, and all I did is took a 4 GB module from that one and installed it on the new one. So now I have a total of 8 GB, which is sufficient for what I'm doing with it. If you want to know how much RAM you have, go ahead and type RAM on your start. One more thing that you could do is run the disk cleanup utility, and this will eliminate all the temporary files that are on your computer. So on your C drive, you can right click and go to properties, go to the disk cleanup button right down there. Now from the top, we want to go ahead and check all the items that we want to free up. Downloaded program files, 0. Temporary internet files, yes, I want to delete those. Error dump files, I want to delete those. Going down, recycle bin, that's about a GB, yes, I want to empty it. Temporary files, that's 35 gigs, that's quite a bit, I want to delete those. Thumbnail, 16 MB. So in total, calculate and it'll say for me I have 37.3, and if your computer is already filling up, that amount of space is significant, so you want to remove all that. So click OK. Are you sure you want to permanently delete these files? Delete files. It may take a minute to remove all that. Now if your computer was already filling up, for example on the C drive, and you cleared that much, it should make your computer run faster, because the operating system will have more room to run. So now you know how to speed up your computer. If you go through those 3-4 processes, your computer should be significantly faster than it was before you implemented those. So that's it for this week. Please make sure to like, subscribe to my channel. I have more videos coming up in the next few weeks. I post once a week. We'll be posting more in the coming weeks, so subscribe, make sure to activate that notification so you know when I've posted a new video, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye.